knew you were gonna come to me, and here you are. But you better choose carefully, 'cause I'm capable of anything, and everything. Make me your Aphrodite, make me your one and only. Don't make me your enemy, your enemy, your enemy.
So your fish does nothing. Until now. The R2 Fish School is a complete fish training system. It's changing the way the world interacts with pet fish. The R2 Fish School includes the ultimate tools and instructions. Now you can easily train your own pet fish to perform amazing tricks. Can your fish kick a goal or shoot hoops? The specially designed feeding wand included in each kit allows fish trainers to shape their fish's behavior. The R2 Fish School uses marine mammal training techniques similar to those used to train dolphins. By reinforcing baby steps, fish soon learn complex behaviors and ultimately perform amazing tricks with no wand guidance at all. R2 Fish School Kit. Everything you need to train your fish to do amazing tricks.
So you wanna play with magic? Boy, you should know what you're falling for. Baby, do you dare to do this? 'Cause I'm coming at you like a dark horse. Are you ready for a perfect storm, perfect storm? 'Cause what's your mind, what's your mind? There's no going back.
If I ever tried that, my fish would die before I could able to do that. Okay. Good morning, RMS.
Man, I'm getting sick of these sub-zero weather. This sub-zero weather.
Yeah, what is this? Our 21st day below zero temperatures?
I don't know, but I'll bet travel agents and travel websites are busy with people booking trips to warmer climates.
Florida is sounding good right about now.
Well, we're tough and can't handle it.
Handle it.
We're tough and can handle it. It's time to put away our parkas and get to work.
Yes, on with the news.
Today is Tuesday, January 21st, 2014.
I'm your host, Caitlin Kabinski.
And I'm Jacob Derschel.
This is the last week of second quarter. That means you had all better get your work turned in by Friday.
Yeah, next week when we have Monday off, your teachers will be making the finishing touches on the second quarter grades.
So get all of your work turned in today.
Attention all 6th grade band students. With Mr. Round being gone last Thursday, he has moved that day's lessons to today.
If your lesson was scheduled for that day, please go to the lesson today. Schedules are posted all over the 6th grade hallways. Groups meeting today include
Trumpet group 1 and 4,
low brass groups 2, 3, 6, and 7,
sax group 3,
and percussion groups 2 and 3.
Speaking of percussion groups 3, your lesson will be after a lunch today, not during your lunch as it says on the schedule.
Tomorrow a new lesson schedule will be posted in the hallways. Please check it for the next lesson.
Attention all 6th grade combo band students. You will have 2 enrichment rehearsals tomorrow and Thursday.
Again, all 6th grade combo students should report to the band room at 8:15 a.m. for enrichment tomorrow morning. Attendance will be taken there, so do not go to anything else but the rehearsal. If you don't show up, we will hunt you down and find you.
We will find you. And here's today's lunch.
It's Chicken Nugget Tuesday.
Or you could have a cheeseburger.
It's National Popcorn Chicken Day, too.
Woo, yay!
You could also have a sandwich or a wrap.
Or you could have a pizza or salad.
Your sides, you can have mashed potatoes and gravy.
Or some other choice of fruit or vegetables.
And you will have your choice of milk.
Today in Advisory, in addition to sharing your world and having a planner check, we have a video dealing with civil rights.
Bye.
Bye!
On August 28, 1963, 250,000 people gathered in the nation's capital for the historic March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. The march rallied Americans to stand up against the continuing political and social injustices African Americans still faced 100 years after emancipation. The march took place at a critical moment in the civil rights movement. Tension and racial unrest had been building up throughout the year. With anti-segregation demonstrators making headlines in Alabama and President John F. Kennedy announcing his intention to pass civil rights legislation, the timing was right for a massive demonstration. Due to security concerns, internal marshals were trained to ensure order within the crowd. But as it turned out, the marchers chose peace, not violence, that sunny Wednesday. The event featured speeches from prominent leaders and musical performances by Josephine Baker, Joan Baez, Bob Dylan, Mahalia Jackson, and many others. The march is probably best remembered for Martin Luther King Jr.'s acclaimed "I Have a Dream" speech. But we bet you didn't know the real story behind those famous words. King was the last speaker that afternoon, but not because he chose to be. King only spoke last that day because no one else wanted to. When organizers of the march debated who would speak when and for how long, none of the other speakers wanted the last slot because they figured most of the news crews would head out by mid-afternoon. King agreed to go last and to limit his remarks to only 4 minutes. And he didn't have to worry about not making the news. The audience gladly stuck around for his 16-minute speech. And you might be surprised to learn that King hadn't even intended to talk about his now famous dream that day. During a pause in his prepared speech, Mahalia Jackson called out from behind the podium, "Tell him about the dream, Martin!" She was referring to a theme King had touched on in a speech 2 months earlier in Detroit. Honoring her request, King departed from his prepared remarks and delivered the legendary speech we all remember today. Historians believe that the marches and King's speech were important catalysts in passing the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Today, a memorial marks the spot where Martin Luther King described his dream of a better America in one of the most influential and memorable speeches in American history.